was doing karaoke outside and she climbed on the chair. Nobody remembers that one, that she was dancing and talking on the whole thing and everybody was laughing. Or she was bending on these guys' hands and the positions and whatever, and nobody remembers that one. It's only the cooking and the dancing around on the pot that everybody remembers. It's only first time, the second time that this guy wants to give a speech and he's like, this one clean, Lucy, she cleans the whole house and she cooks. And basically that's what I'm going to be remembered for. And that's what I want for myself.
Hey guys, and welcome back to your number one favorite YouTube channel, Lexx Media, where we serve you with hot gist from the Bbnaija lockdown housemates. Lucy breaks down in tears and fights housemates for mimicking Ka3na. Lucy cries heavily as she fights for Ka3na during Bbnaija presentation. It is no news that Lucy and Ka3na hit it off from the first week in the Bbnaija lockdown house, forming an amazing friendship that eventually turned into a formidable alliance. Yesterday, Lucy fell out with most of the housemates after walking away from the rehearsals for the Bbnaija. From what Dorothy said yesterday, Lucy acted like that because her idea was dumped by the rest of the house. After Dorothy told her to keep her personal feelings to the side when they are working as a team, Lucy calmed down a bit. But this morning, Lucy got into that funk again when the Bbnaija contestants were mimicking their fellow housemates, which is prerequisite for their Bbnaija. When it was time to mimic Ka3na and her kitchen behavior of hoarding mates, Lucy got defensive. It was then that it hit that the reason Lucy had been on the edge since yesterday was that the housemates were mimicking her bestie, Ka3na, in a way that she did not like at all. She then decided to fight the housemates on Ka3na's behalf. Lucy went off on the housemates, asking them to change the part of Ka3na they wanted to show. When they refused, she went to a corner, refusing to participate in what they were doing. She said that she doesn't care what they did anymore and they can continue with their preparations. The housemates went ahead with what they had planned to do, and after the rehearsals, Dorothy and Prince sat her down and decided to talk to her. Dorothy told her that she was always being sentimental during the general task because her ideas were not taken, and also reminded Lucy that she had a habit of giving her suggestions when plans had already been concluded. Dorothy, in her words, said, "We all have to establish everything first. You will wait for us to agree to do something before you now say, why don't we do it like this? You wait for us to want to start before you now say what you think we should do. And I keep telling you this thing. Too many times they have turned down my suggestions, too many times, but I did not pick offense." Lucy, who was on defense mode, already told Dorothy that it was not just about her personal feelings. Lucy said, "Have you thought just for a minute that it is not just about what you think it is? Do you ever feel like maybe the things that we are doing is bringing up memories and feelings that we are already trying to heal? Are you more interested in the funny part? I didn't care whether you people took suggestions or not. It is not my business. This is my friend. She's been friends to you differently. This was my own yesterday. I don't care about suggestions. It's the fact that it is the same box this girl has been in, and it is the same box you people want to come and still open and display. This thing has caused enough pain already, and it was already being forgotten. You people would have done the whole funny part, but you people insisted that was the only one you wanted people to display." Lucy was in tears and she got emotional while she was talking about the fact that the housemates were mocking Ka3na's weaknesses. Instead of painting her in the better light, Dora and Prince tried to tell her that it was not that deep. They tried their best to console Lucy, but Lucy was in pain. They were only trying to have fun and win the Bbnaija, they said. Moreover, the housemates like Tochi and Keisha were also being mocked for one thing or the other that may not have been the best. So with all this explanation that Dorothy and Prince did, Lucy was still pained inside. I guess it was because they had to bring up the memories of Ka3na again, and the fact that Ka3na was one of her friends, like her closest friends in the house. It really pained Lucy, like it opened some wounds that she has been trying to heal over time. But it seems other housemates did not really understand what Lucy was feeling or how she felt. They just thought Lucy is always trying to scatter their whole plans, or she's always bringing her suggestions late and all. So obviously Lucy is being misunderstood by the housemates, and the housemates too do not really understand Lucy. I just feel bad about the whole thing because Lucy was really in pain when they were talking about Ka3na in a manner that she did not like. She feels that there are a lot of ways we can use in mimicking somebody. There are a lot of funny parts of Ka3na that they would have used, but they insisted in using the part that was not fair enough. Well, all these things Lucy said, the housemates were still hell bent on doing what they wanted to do. So moving on, Laycon, V and Nengi have been declared winners of the Johnnie Walker Challenge. Laycon, V and Nengi, members of the Team Gold, have won themselves millions of naira and an all-expense-paid trip after coming first in a sponsored task all the remaining 11 housemates participated in on Tuesday. The three housemates won themselves ₦1,000,000 each and an all-expense trip to Scotland to witness a festival organized by the company that sponsored that task. The following are the groups and their members. Team Gold Label, Laycon, Nengi and V. Team Red Label had Prince and Lucy. Team Black Label had Erica, Kidwaya and Tricky T. And lastly, Team White Walker had Dorothy, Ozor and Neo. All teams were to perform their task in two stages. The first was a quiz about the sponsoring brand, while the second was to paint a striding man for 90 minutes. After they were done with the painting of the striding man, they were also required to do a presentation explaining why they painted the statue the way they did and also in relation to the history of the company. The presentation was not the last stage of the task because they also went through another stage which involves the creation of 3 different cocktails from the brand of the company. 3 tasters were chosen to taste and grade the final cocktails. At the end of the 3 stages, they were asked to return to the main house without getting to know their final score, but the report of the task came in this afternoon of Wednesday. Here is the result. Team Red Label had 68.3 points. Team Black Label had 65 points. Team White Walker had 65.6 points. Team Gold Label had 91.6 in total. So it is obvious that Team Gold Label won millions of naira for this task. Congrats to Nengi, V and Laycon for winning this task and an all-expense paid trip to Scotland. Wow, I'm so excited for them. Like, Laycon is always winning and I'm glad that he's part of the winners for this particular task. Guys, what do you have to say about their winning? Please do not forget to send in your congratulatory messages to V, Nengi and Laycon for what they've won. And if this is your first time watching my video, please do not forget to subscribe to my channel and also hit on the bell icon so you can get any notifications whenever a new gist drops from the Bbnaija lockdown show. So stay tuned to my channel and stay safe. See ya.